Stop the cap.
Your mama sure does care about your schooling, son.
Beats Planet.
Come on in. Shouts out to everybody tuned in. Shouts out to everybody all over the world supporting this thing, no matter what your affiliations might be. Salute. Shouts out to all the essential workers working at the Blue Flame. All that good stuff. Boom, 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 boom. There you guys are. All right. And then we'll just get me up right there. What's good with y'all, man? We in here today. I was like, boy, man, I can't wait till Will Steele, point guard the show today, boy. I had all kind of shit lined up for y'all, boy. I was like, hey, man, we're going to get me and Will Steele going to make a classic today, the best show we've ever done. Voch, I'm sick. Love my boy, though, man. Love my boy. Go ahead and take the day off. You know what I mean? Save your energy. You know what I'm saying? Conserve your energy, sir. Yeah, you know what I mean? We got a big day coming up this weekend. So go ahead and conserve your energy, bro. 49ers fans are very particular people, boy. They're a very interesting cast. And yesterday I said I don't remember 49ers fans being that annoying. It's been about 365 days since we ran into 49ers fans last time, man. I guess I just forgot how particularly annoying they was, and I was just, giving benefit of the doubt, like, okay, well, maybe they not that bad. Oh, these motherfuckers. These fuckers terrible, ain't they? They terrible. They hop in our chats, plural, right? They hop in our chats and they talk shit to us, and they leave and they go, all Cowboy fans do is talk shit. That's all they do. I'm like, sir, look, man, this is what I planned on doing this week, right? I planned on, enjoying, my victory weekend. You know what I mean? Or the victory week, rather, my victory work week. I planned on coming in here and cooling and chilling. I wasn't even thinking about San Francisco for real. I was just going to break down some film, talk about how good Cowboy W was, and just kind of move on with my life. You understand what I'm saying? And a couple of them came in here yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see them, here and there. But, there's a lot of people from different platforms, from different teams that come chill with us because I'm draft guy, right? And when I'm draft guy, I kind of belong to the, to the whole thing. I belong to the community, to the streets, you know what I'm saying? So we'll just get a handful of them there. But, boy, man, they was just in here heavy yesterday. I appreciate the views. I appreciate the views. Let me get these sound clips loaded up for y'all. I appreciate the views, you know what I'm saying, because the numbers are definitely looking right. But boy, like I walked in this thing ready to be like chill and respectful, right? Because I was still in Buccaneer mode, right? So I was gonna be chill and respectful. And they walked in. What y'all gonna do by Debo, Voch? And I was like, well, I have a list of things that the Cowboys could do about Debo. Just whenever we get to that day, we'll talk about it. What y'all gonna do by Christian McCaffrey, Voch? Well, I actually have a particular list of things that we can do to deal with that, and we'll cross that road when we get there. Right now, we talking about Tampa Bay and all the good things that we did there. Voch, who's supposed to cover Brandon Ayuk? Y'all ain't never seen this before. What about George Kittle? I'm like, well, I've watched some film on the Cowboys defense, breaking down particular offenses with certain personnel groups that are interesting, and they just kind of kept going and going and going. Cowboy suck this, Cowboy trash that, Cowboy get kicked out the club this, and I said, well, Jared Stidham damn near put hands on y'all. And it's like, but Voch, wait a minute. Voch talking shit. And I'm like, damn, dog, I'm just like, y'all slap boxing the shit out of me. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? But I just elbow the shit out y'all. Now y'all calling the authorities. Now y'all calling the popos on little old Voch when I'm just trying to defend myself and talk about I'm trying to shit on Tampa Bay. I wasn't even ready to move on to y'all just yet. You know what I mean? But, anyway, we're here, and it is indeed week 2 of the playoffs. We happen to be dealing with 49ers. That means we're going to be dealing with 49ers fans until Sunday, till Sunday afternoon. So that is what that is. So my phone lines, because they said I was ducking them yesterday, but nope, none of them fuckers tried to call in while the phone lines was open. The phone lines closed. That's when they want to be like, Voch ducking. Voch don't duck anyone. If anything, Voch makes some fantastic content out of you calling in. The phone lines are open now. So if y'all want to call into the show, the number is right there. It's on the screen for you guys to, partake in that whole situation. Appreciate y'all for doing so. I got some sound clips today. Get that right there. Bam. Got some sound clips today. Mike McCarthy had a little bit of a press conference there. He's the head coach. He has press availability every single day. And, the press asked Mike McCarthy particular questions about, last week's game and, next week's game and all those kind of things, different roster moves and different concerns and things like that that are pertaining to, Cowboys and how they operate or whatever, right? So I just got some clips. I got about 8 of them. We're going to go over those clips and we're going to do some reactions to them, okay? Before we do that, be sure to hit the like on the video. Subscribe if you're brand new here. Appreciate you there. If y'all want to follow me on my social medias, that's Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. And I do non-football content on Twitch, and I'm trying to be more consistent with that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to build the idea that, all right, I come to my day job to work, but I go to Twitch to work for free till I start getting paid for Twitch. You know what I'm saying? So we're slowly but surely building that. What we did yesterday was we watched animal fights, and we all talked about, have you ever daydreamed about what your UFC, what your boxing, what your wrestling intro music was, and what your intro would actually sound like. And that was actually fun yesterday. And we played a little bit of Sicko though. So that is what that is. All right, let's get into some of this Mike McCarthy talk. Someone asked Mike McCarthy about some of the challenges that we're going to run into playing this 49ers defense. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Mike McCarthy had this to say.
Of their defense, I mean, I think just like anything, you go through the checklist. If you start with the personnel, they have exceptional players on all 3 levels. So, I mean, it starts up front, not only, with the individuals they have, but the depth, It's a talented front. Obviously there's a lot said about Bosa and Armstead, but it goes all the way through. A lot of line movement is exceptional, well coached. Warner as a linebacker. So I just think secondary, I think it's a defense, and this is the time of year. You're obviously in the divisional round of the playoffs, so these are the kind of challenges you have, but it's an excellent defense.
I mean, I could sound like a bit of a hater, but every time I see like an ex-Cowboy cornerback that, every time I see an ex-Cowboy cornerback that was with us and we just kind of let him go and he ain't really, do very much with us for whatever particular reason, right? Then he goes somewhere else and I just go, oh, this motherfucker making plays, right? It'll be, Ward right now for the 49ers. But like Seahawks had a guy too. It wasn't Reggie Robinson, but it was the other tall guy that's just like all the rest of them. Michael Jackson, right? Remember the year we drafted Michael and Joe Jackson in the same year, no pun intended, right? Every time we just look up and we just see, oh, that's what Donovan Olumba's doing, and that motherfucker's making a cornerback 2 play versus the deep ball and shit, you know what I mean? Like we see that and we go, God damn, man. Shit, man, that's what we doing, you know what I mean? So if you watch 49ers film, Travarius Ward will be there. And it's been a while since he's been a Cowboy, of course. He ain't really got a story as a Cowboy or whatever. But man, I get sick of that shit every time I see it. But Mike McCarthy talking about the defense, man. Look, bro, it's a tough defense. They got a dude that you recognize at every level of the defense. But if there's any level of defense of the 49ers, I feel like you can attack. I feel like, and this goes back to Dak Prescott's going to have to win it for you, right? I think for the rest of this way, these next 3 games, right, which we go back to that Benny the Butcher clip, right? You do that, 10 more times, now you're on to something, right? Now it's up to 3. If Dak Prescott, Kellen Moore, Dan Quinn, especially defense, if those guys do this 3 more times, then we're definitely on to something, right? But if we're going to have to live and die by Dak Prescott here. So, 49ers, if there's any way you're gonna beat them, you're gonna have to beat them in the air. And look, to be fair, they not unstoppable in the run game or whatever. We just talking about pros versus cons, advantages versus disadvantages, what'll be best for us. I just think we're at our absolute best when number 4 is throwing the football, but we can sprinkle some run game in there. We do some tight end work, dump off to Tony, let him do some things in the passing game, then let him do things in the run game, right? That's how we win. But if there's a way that you feel like you have the best advantage versus the 49ers team, it's going to have to be in the air. You got to throw the football. They run a gang of zone coverage. We know Dak gets busy versus that zone coverage. Long as you block up front, you'll be good. Me and Will still kind of talked about this yesterday. Which side would we rather the Bosa guy rush on, right? And we both agreed that we would love to see Bosa go against Tyler Smith. Now Bosa's fantastic. Bosa's going to get off. He's going to do his work. But if we had to pick a side, give me the dude that has the more natural traits than the old guy, because we've seen what Tyron looks like versus Nick Bosa. You can survive, you can win games, but you're either gonna lose the technique battle or you're gonna lose the physical imposing battle, right? Tyron can hang in there with the technique, to where Tyler is gonna definitely hang in there on the physical side. Right. So now you got to think about which side is worse. Right. Well, if I'm Tyler, is my technique worse than Tyron's physical side? Tyron is an old body 30-something-year-old dude. So I would rather have Tyler, and wherever his technique is now with his physical natural gifts, with his special natural gifts, versus Tyron, his amazing technique and his old man body right now. So if they're going to line Bosa up at the right defensive end, which they do a lot of the time, I'm willing to live with that. Let's get the pass pro. Connor McGovern, I hope you don't piss me off. Help each other on the inside, and we should be good from there. Let's go. Let's get another one in, right? Let's get another Mike McCarthy quote in here. I'll talk about kicker later. We just talked about offense. Let's do this. Let's go Schultz. Mike McCarthy talking about Dalton Schultz. I forgot to do that thing on Twitter. Damn.
Yeah, definitely. I think, any healthy passing game, that relationship between the quarterback and the tight end, we talk about this time and time again, and you look at their routes, particularly where the routes are. That definitely plays into it. But you're looking at two players that have spent a lot of time together. I mean, they've been playing together 5 years now, so they definitely have that connection, understanding. Dalton's he's an old school pro. I mean, he's here around the clock. I mean, it's Dak's wired the same way. So they definitely have that connection.
And that's something else, too, that we're going to have this conversation in the offseason. Now is definitely not the time for, offseason conversation, because the Cowboys is winning. But the whole idea of what we're going to do about Dalton Schultz next year, he's currently playing on the franchise tag. And, man, look, bro, I sincerely feel like Dak Prescott is elevating everybody on this offense. CeeDee Lamb is great. CeeDee Lamb is emerging as wide receiver number 1. I think a lot of that got to do with Dak Prescott being great. Dalton Schultz is a fantastic tight end option. That has to do with Dak Prescott being great. T.Y. Hilton is a dude that was just kind of on the streets, and now 3 weeks ago, he's just kind of here. Michael Gallup is recovering from his little situation, and this offensive line ain't that great, but I think all these things are happening because your quarterback elevates the dudes around him. So in my mind, right, you go, well, Voch, if Dak is elevating everybody, wouldn't he elevate Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot 100%? Mr. Wolf, he would indubitably elevate those people. However, right, and I do think, let's see if I can do this right here. Give me 2 seconds. However, I do feel like the relationship that Dak Prescott has with Dalton Schultz is particularly different. Particularly, right? I don't look at Dalton Schultz and think I get some type of Travis Kelce character or some Darren Waller, George Kittle character. I don't see that from Dalton Schultz. Skill-wise, right? But I see a dude in Dalton Schultz that's always on the same page with Dak Prescott. And if he's always on the same page with Dak, and Dak trusts him, and he's where Dak says he's going to be, and if Dak elevates him in that way, you got to talk about bringing back Dalton Schultz and make him a part of this team next year, bro. You just got to do it. If you look at both of the Dalton Schultz touchdowns, right? The one where he's kind of working to the outside and then he feels the leverage, right? he feels the leverage and then he works off the seam behind the DB. And then Dak just puts it perfect and Schultz know exactly where the ball is going to go. Look, you can get me a more talented guy, right? You can find me a more talented. You can find me a Rico Gathers. I will not say Rico Gathers' name again. You can just find. Let's say who's our guy draft last year? Jelani Woods, right? Jelani Woods is a special down the field talent, right? But it's something about that shoulder up thing that Dalton Schultz knows. He just knows what page Dak is on, right? And I think that's going to elevate him in this conversation. The second Dalton Schultz touchdown, he was running the corner, and then Dak had to scramble, and then Schultz was just in the back of the end zone in the corner. Schultz had to come the hell out the corner to find an open spot where he knew Dak was looking. Dak was found him, got the ball to him. That's all connection. That's all connecting from a shoulder up level. Sick of this. From a shoulder up level. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll have to have this Dalton Schultz conversation at some point. But if the results that we got out of Dalton Schultz, or just what we're gonna get from the Dak Dalton Schultz relationship, if the output is what we're gonna get last week, then you have to make an attempt to be like, oh, all right, well, shit, can we do that again next week? And can we do that again the next week? And can we do that for the fourth playoff game? You know what I'm saying? Fucking Dalton Schultz, man. He's earned the respect. Shouts out to him. He's earned the respect. And he may not be the most talented dude right now. I think Ferguson blocked better than him. I think Hendershot's a better receiver than him. But Schultz got the You know what I'm saying? And when you rolling with four, that's probably matters the most. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me take a look at my numbers here. Where my numbers at? My numbers look good. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate you. Mike McCarthy said, or rather somebody asked Mike McCarthy, so these two teams, you're gonna game plan differently for both these guys, right? Both these teams have different personnel groupings. The Buccaneers team is built differently than the 49ers team. Will the game day roster be different this week versus last week, considering both rosters being so different? Mike McCarthy had this to say.
Definitely, I think number one, and it's always the start of your week. You start with sick call, and that went on all day Tuesday. Majority of the team was here lifting on their off day voluntarily, and NFLPA. See, I'm always on it, but no, I just think that it's you get into the matchups and the game planning, and this week's no different than last week. We got a handful of guys that are competing to play, so I mean that's the best you can do, as you go through your defensive personnel groups, your offensive personnel groups, and then obviously the biggest challenge is for John on special teams because he's got to make sure they're all ready. So, but yes, we're in that mode again this week.
So, Mike McCarthy's a crafty character, boy. He's a crafty character. That answer that he gave, it didn't even answer the fucking question that who was that, Todd Archer or something? It didn't even answer the question that Todd Archer asked, right? But I think there's something to the secrecy of competitive advantage. Let me ask the Cowboy fans in my chat question, because ain't no telling what fan base in here. Let me ask my Cowboy fans this, right? First question: do y'all normally keep up with the coaches' press conferences every week? Right? Every week after a game. Let me just ask y'all, do y'all keep up with those? Every week after a game, they have the coaches' press conferences, right? They'll just have the coaches, they'll come to the podium and they'll let you ask questions and they'll just let you talk, and you know what I'm saying, they'll just boom, 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 right? Some people saying yes, some people saying no, not really. Y'all just kind of wait for Voch and Will, Steele, and Law Nation to just react to the shit. A few, not every week. Okay, cool. Well, this is what I got from it. Let me just kind of give y'all a rundown on something I thought was interesting, right? Normally what'll happen with the coaches press conference, it'll happen like Tuesday or something, right? The game will be Sunday. Monday happen like there'll be a game after press conference for Mike McCarthy. But then Tuesday, you get the coordinated press conferences, right? So you'll get Mike McCarthy, then you'll get Kellen, then you'll get Dan Quinn, then you'll get Bones Fossil, right? They'll all come out and they'll just talk their shit a little bit. All we got was Mike and Bones Fossil this week. Y'all notice that? For those of you that do watch it, did y'all notice that? All the fuck we got was Mike McCarthy and Bones Fossil this week. Interesting. Right? And I was up here looking around. I was like, hey man, what is yo, let me go see if Dan Quinn has something to say. Let me go see if Kellen Moore has something to say. Let me just see. And I didn't see those guys anywhere. I was like, I wonder if that has anything to do with competitive advantage, right? I expect, Mike McCarthy to go up there and keep things secret. So when they say, yo, Mike, are you going to make changes to your roster depending on with this roster, with the 49ers being so different than the Buccaneers roster, are y'all going to do like different shit? And he was like, guys came in and, they lifted weights and shit, you know what I mean? They was doing their thing and da-da-da, boom, 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 and blah, 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 shit. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was interesting, right? I see some people say they had interviews, but don't the interviews like come later in the day though? Like this was like normally they do the press availability like right after practice, right? And the interviews be later in the day. I could be wrong, whatever the fuck, but I just thought that was peculiar, man. Like we didn't even get a follow up. We didn't even get a nothing. All we saw was Bones and Mike McCarthy, bro. And then I heard Mike McCarthy kind of answer this question, and he was just holding his cards back, right? And that just brought me back to the original idea of Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore holding on to their best shit for the playoffs. And that brought me to another point. Chat, when do y'all think Dan Quinn had the Israel, we're going to let Izzy come down and play nickel corner? How long do you think Dan Quinn had that trap card up his sleeve? You know what I'm saying? I wonder, when did Dan go, all right, y'all, we're gonna whip out a little bit of cover 2 in this game, and we're gonna, I wonder when that happened, right? Because there's been this rotation. There's been this rotation of dudes that were here, and then there's been dudes that were not here, that just weren't here at all, right? Like, you'll start with, Brown gets hurt. You'll start with Kelvin Joseph and Nashawn Wright, but then we just went to go find some outside help. You go bring Trayvon Mullen, Kendall Sheffield, Mackenzie Alexander, who's back on practice squad now. Interesting. And then Xavier Rose. I just wonder, while we're signing all those people, and depth is a thing, right? While we're signing all those people, I wonder if Dan Quinn was just sitting back. I ain't got nothing to, you know what I'm saying? But I wonder if Dan Quinn was just sitting back going, the fuck they gonna do when we roll Izzy out there? You know what I mean? Just I don't know, bro. I like the secrecy of it. And I felt like a bad content creator at the time. You know what I mean? Let me just let y'all know my life. I felt like a bad content creator, me and Will Steele, when I looked y'all dead in the face and I said, maybe they saving their best shit for the playoffs. But I'd be damned, we look at the playoff game and they just rolled out some shit that we ain't never even seen before. Never seen it. Right? So now I'm fully expecting for Israel Mukwamu to be the first team nickel corner for the next 3 games. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be the guy for the next 3 games. I'm like, all right, cool. Israel Mukwamu. Yeah, this probably could have been something that we revealed earlier. But why not reveal the shit when everything is on the line? Why not put everything out there when it's on the line? Kellen Moore probably called his best game with everything on the line, right? Like the last 2 weeks of the regular season, Tennessee watched the football Wizards, man. The offense was just looking stale. The offense was looking dry. It was very vanilla. And then we get to the playoff game and all the shit that we did that we're good at, right? Tony getting his carries, CD, doing his movement things, and Dak Prescott running and stuff like that. We saw all those things. I just wonder how long were we saving those things. Segway Jones, Mike McCarthy was actually asked about Dak Prescott running more in the playoffs. Mike said this.
Well, I think our offense is definitely different than the offense. Our offense in 2021 and 2022 is the offense is, that's the vision. We're a complimentary football team, so I would not have said that about the 2020 offense. And looking back on 2019, I think the Cowboys led the league in first and down, drop back passing. So I would just say our offense is different. Would be my answer to your question.
Mike McCarthy just constantly leading us astray here, but this is what I want. This is the information that I wish I was privy to. Dallas Cowboys does Sounds of the Sideline, and they drop it every Wednesday or something, right? Shouts out to Captain America, Segway Jones. My luck, your money. I just mentioned it, right? Cowboys drop Sounds of the Sideline every Tuesday, right? And I think we get the 8-minute version because, you know, when you creating content, when you're a media entity or whatever, like you have to account for people's, them staying interested in your content. You know, some people not gonna sit around and watch like a 40-minute video. When I watch film sessions, right, I have my hour 30-minute film sessions on patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. Come tap in, come to class with us. But my YouTube film session, them shits be by 8 minutes, right? Because people, you know, attention span, you know what I'm saying? People just don't have that focus to, you know, sit around for a long time, right? Trust me, I'm gonna towel this up in a bow, right? So people don't have that. And just think about how much film you miss from an hour 30-minute film session to like an 8-minute film session, right? So when I think about Sounds of the Sideline, they give us this succinct 8-minute video. I would love to be privy to, I would love to see the long version of Sounds of the Sideline before they edit it, right? I would love to know in each particular play, what was the reaction on the sideline? Because this is important. Let me tell you why. Like, we know the sideline go crazy. We know they get energy when we get like a Michael Gallup touchdown or whatever. But what I'm really, really interested in, I wonder how the sideline reacts when Dak runs the football and runs somebody over. You know what I mean? I want to know what the sideline looks like when, you know, there's a 4th and 1. Like Dak Prescott so undefeated in these like 4th and shorts, you know what I mean, where he'll get the 4th and 1, like he'll get the 1 yard, then go run somebody else over. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to have known what it looks like, you know, when we're at the, you know, 3rd and 1 and we run the ball with Zeke and Zeke gets stuffed and we go but then Dak go out there and he does the fake handoff, he runs in for the touchdown. I would love to know what that energy does for this defense, right? We know that physical quarterback play is contagious, right? Because if your quarterback's playing physical, that's going to make your running backs play physical. That's going to make, you know, your wide receivers, your offensive line play more physical. That's going to make your defense on the sideline go, ooh. That's going to make them play a little more physical, right? So when we see Dak Prescott running more now, Dak came out and said it, man. Dak said it. Jerry Jones said it. Mike McCarthy attempted to allude here. He said, "Hey, man, it's just our offense now. This is what we doing. You know, when you in the playoffs, like ain't no more holding anything back. Like we're gonna be running more." And there happen to be 49ers people, fans and beat writers and people that I actually talk to because, you know, Voch has friends everywhere. There's actually 49ers people that feel like the 49ers defense, you know, has a weakness to running quarterbacks. Now, I went back and watched the film, and I think 49ers react to running quarterbacks just like anybody else react to running quarterbacks. But you have seen running quarterbacks kind of get a little bit off on 49ers defense a little bit. That just kind of is what it is. And that's what they saying over there. This ain't what I saying. This is what they saying over there. And then with me going to go see, all right, cool, I can see why you say that. So I just foresee, right? I just foresee Dak Prescott getting busy with his legs again. And now we have to ask, okay, well, should Dak be physical with his running? Should Dak slide? Should Dak run people over? Should Dak boom? And how is that running going to affect the defense on the sideline watching that? Because you need your defense to get all the fucking spirit bomb energy that you can conjure for. Put your hands up and give your energy to J-Ron Curse and his legs. You know what I mean? Like, they going to need all that. You know what I mean? So I just want to know, you know, one, yes, Kellen Moore with this being playoffs, you know what I mean? Yes, we were healthy at the time, but Kellen Moore is going to account for the idea, hey, we're in the playoffs, let's dial up some more designated quarterback runs. But I also want to know what Dak running as a quarterback does for the defense, like energy wise. Because I tell you what, you know, we look at these 4th and shorts with Zeke, and you know, Zeke ain't as automatic as he used to, but I look at Dak when he run the football. Dak still drag people on his back. Dak still drag big people on his back. You know what I'm saying? Dak is still a tank, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll cross that road whenever we get there. We'll keep it 49ers. We'll keep it 49ers offense, defense. We'll switch it up. We'll switch it up. But yes, let me go back to my original point, right? That I kind of just skipped all the way over. The whole will the game day roster be different than it was last week? So that made me That made me go back and say somebody in the chat said, who said this fresh fade? They said hit the war call for no reason. Just sir, don't tempt, sir. You ain't even have to. Come on, man. You ain't have to. Come on, man. So this is what I did, right? With the whole will the game day roster be different thing. So I went back to the inactives last week. Chat, we can actually play along. Or y'all can play along. This is my show. I'm always playing along. But y'all can play along, right? Let's do Cowboys inactives last week. We'll go down the line. And if you think that this person would be active this week, then y'all can type in that person's name. So for instance, last week Trayvon Mullen was inactive. I'm going to run down all the names. If you feel like any one of these players that were inactive should be active, then you just type Trayvon Mullen should be active, or you just type Trayvon Mullen, and I'll know that you mean that they should be active, right? So last week for the Tampa Bay game, the 7 names that were inactive: Trayvon Mullen, Nashawn Wright, Will Greer, of course, Jalen Tolbert, Jabril Cox, interesting, Neville Gallimore, and Quinn Bohanna. Any of those names y'all think will be active this week? Where my phone's at? Any of those names do you think will be active this week? If y'all gonna call in, go ahead and get your last few calls in, cause I'm about to lock them in a little bit. If I had to change anything, I'm activating Quentin Bohanna, right? Because, I mean, you're going to have your pass rushes anyway, right? You're already going to have those dudes. But I do think you're going to live and die by, can you stop the run or not? You're going to have to live and die by, can you stop the run or not? So I think Bohanna should be there. And look, your run stopping D lineman right now, you'll probably be good to go with, Hankins, Osa, Chauncey, and Carlos Watkins. You'll be fine with those guys, right? But I still want to add Bohanna, just in case, because I know he's still playing well. He's still a big body, so put him in there. Neville Gallimore, actually, it is so interesting the fall from grace that we have for Neville Gallimore. If Neville Gallimore sits out, I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. You probably can't bench one of your corners because you already got 2 other cornerbacks inactive, which is Mullen and Nashawn Wright. So if you do activate Quinn Bohanna for the run stopping, then I guess you'll have to pick somebody to make inactive or whatever. Damone Clark didn't even play very much, but the problem with that is Jabril Cox is inactive. You don't want injury to take a toll in that. And I think Jabril Cox was inactive last week because they had plans on Micah playing linebacker more. Interesting. We'll just keep eyes on that and how that's going to be different this week than last week. But if I had to bring up anybody, it'll probably be Bohanna. Besides that, I think we roll out the same dudes last week that we did. This week that we did last week. We had some run stoppers out there, but shit, Tom Brady threw the ball 60 sometimes. You know what I mean? So we really didn't even need it, to be honest with you. But if I had to make any change, I'm going with Bo. But yeah, Mike McCarthy wasn't going to tell you that. And to be fair, he shouldn't. He's trying to keep his competitive advantages. So that's that. Last week, Micah Parsons had 79 snaps. There's Mike. What do you think about that?
Oh, definitely. I thought he handled it very well. This is the day, really, the guys are really starting to get their bodies back. And it's always good to see guys putting in extra time. Especially your young players. It's nice to see Micah up in the defense's offices again in the morning. So he's putting in the extra time. So with the extra meeting space and everything, but he's young. He'll be ready to go. So.
Hey man, Mike McCarthy ain't trying to hit none of that shit, boy. Hey, Mike McCarthy ain't trying to hit none of that. Hey, do you maybe let Micah take some plays off? Do you maybe rest Micah a little bit? Yeah, Micah has 79 plays. You think Micah can probably go down to 30 or 40? Man, look, man, Mike said fuck all that, bro. Micah is Micah. He gonna play. Micah is Micah. He gonna have to play. Damn all that shit. And
the conference has been locked.
Then he hit that boy with the, hey man, look, you young, you ain't got no room to be tired. I wish I was your age. I wouldn't be tired. Y'all know how the old folks talk to young folk and they be like that, man. Man, listen, bro, let Micah go. Like, just cold tub him every day. hot tub him every day, massage chiropractor every day, and have that boy ready to go Sunday. Is less rest than the 49ers, but it will be enough rest to make you, to make you good to go. So Micah, get your ass out there and go be great somewhere. Because if Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott play to their potential for the next 3 games, then we on to something. All right. Mike McCarthy said, they asked Mike McCarthy, how do you deal with the rookie quarterback? With a quarterback just happened to be a rookie? He said this.
I think just like anything, you can't get too far away from how what you believe in your preparation. I mean, you got to trust the video that you have on him. We're not studying, college tape or anything like that. I mean, he's got plenty of film now, and he's played at a very high level. They do a great job of, their versatility week in and week out as far as how they stress you, particularly in the shifts and motions and landmarks, the speed of it, and he manages that very well. So, I mean, he's not a rookie anymore in our eyes.
Hey, man. You know what I mean? We're not gonna play down to anything. You know what I mean? We're not gonna treat him any kind of way. I think if Brock Purdy played on any other team, then I think maybe some teams or just Cowboys or just whoever, right? I just think people would look at Purdy a little differently, right? They were like, oh, he's a rookie quarterback, da-da-da, boom, boom, boom. But the fact that Purdy is playing on this 49ers team, it makes it to where you force yourself to have to, not look at him in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't look at Purdy and just treat him as a rookie because of the team that he plays on and his coaching staff and his surrounding cast and, what he has on the other side of the, on the defense or whatever, right? So you can't just walk in and just anticipate Purdy's just gonna, be rookie guy that you just do rookie shit to. You know what I mean? You just can't hit him with the old easy little rookie shit. You got to treat, to be fair, you got to treat Brock Purdy like he's Tom Brady. This is playoffs. This is playoffs. You can't you don't treat him like he's Davis Mills. You know what I mean? You don't treat him like he's Davis Mills. You treat him like he's Tom Brady, or you treat him like he's what's his name in Philly? What's the boy in the Eagles? What's that boy? Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? You treat him like every other playoff quarterback, right? And I think if you treat him that way, then that rookie moment that you was trying to block out of your mind, it may happen for you. It's going to happen at some point. Every player has a rookie moment. It even happened to Dak Prescott when he was having his MVP level run and they didn't want to give the MVP to him, right? Everybody's going to run into that rookie moment. And if that rookie doesn't have that moment on its own, right, then you just treat him like a good, you treat him like everybody else. You treat him like a veteran. And then by you treating him like a veteran, that's when whatever little rookie shit comes out of him. It almost happened last week versus Seattle, but Seattle just ran out of magic points. Seattle just wasn't good enough to fully pull it off. And Seattle was playing clean football and it was minding their business and it was all good. And then the second half came, you get some penalties, you get a fumble, and that's a wrap for you. You know what I'm saying? So can't mess around, man. Playoff football, bro. Can't mess around. I got one last one, man. This really don't matter. I got one last one, then we're going to move on to the phones. The 15 people we got on the phones. We got a little time. Debo and Christian McCaffrey. What's it like to be versus Debo Samuels and versus Christian McCaffrey?
Well, I mean, you're definitely the awareness of the number and who they are. I mean, it's definitely a starting point. That's why you always start with the personnel and how you want to match their personnel. But obviously the position that they play is important too, because it obviously gives you the menu of anticipation that you're expecting. So that that's definitely part of it. And but like I've said earlier, I think this is a great matchup for both their offense and our defense because of their flexibility. I mean, they challenge you extremely. It's a well-oiled offense, very creative. I think Kyle does an outstanding job, and this will be a big challenge for us.
And is there another team with those two types of players? Obviously different.
Yeah, this is just a whole bunch of Mike McCarthy trying not to say too much or whatever. So yeah, cool. That's all we got there. That's all we got. Those are my clips, man. Hey, man, good team we going up against. Fun team that we line up against, but it's fucking playoffs, man. It's playoffs. Everybody gonna be good, man. Everybody's gonna be good. Everybody's good at something. Every team that you run into now. Yeah, even the Giants good at something. The Giants good at something. You know what I mean? The Eagles good at, no matter what team you run into now, they're going to be a proficient team somewhere. Ain't no gimmies in the playoffs, right? All the 7 seed teams is gone. You know what I'm talking about? So, hey, you take care of your business. You be who you are. 11, 4, 7, 20, 11, 4, 7, 20. One more player. 95. If I get big games out of them dudes, if it's 5 players I need huge games from, monster games from, I don't even need CD. I don't even need CD because look, we didn't even need CD last week. We didn't need CD last week. 4 makes CD. You know what I'm saying? If I had to pick 5 guys, if I had to pick, 4, 20, 95, 11, 7. If I had them, we're good to go. Good to go. Let's get into these goofy ass phones, man. Let's see. Let me just run to the chat real fast. Did any 49ers fans call in? Because a lot of 49ers fans like to be like, Voch, we called in, but the phone's locked. You ducking us. Boom, boom, boom. Dak has the most interceptions, and Niners defense has the most interceptions. Stat to watch this game. I don't think that's the stat to watch. I think there's a lot of anomalies in both those stats. I think there's a lot of outliers in both those stats. You want to know the fucking stat to watch? Because this stat, like, there's no outliers in this stat. Wait. Let me get this. Let me get my work already. If you want to think about a stat, right? Think about the 49ers when they play zone. I think I saw a stat somewhere that said the 49ers were the 17th ranked defense when they was playing zone. I thought that was interesting. And then you think about what Dak does when he runs into these teams with these zones, you know what I mean, with these zone defenses, right? Yes, you respect the 49ers in their zone defense. Fuck, you gotta respect Dak Prescott when he attack his own defense. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect it, man. But anyway, whatever. I ain't here to argue with y'all. That shit's exhausting. I'm tired. Let's go, Bro G. Let's see what he got to say. What's up, Bro G?
What's up with the Lombardi Prime, man? What's up with it, man? You brought up an interesting fact when you brought up the inactives. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think I'll just roll with the same team, man, that we had out last week. Mm-hmm. But I think if they're going to make one little switch, if anything, maybe, I think it would be Nashawn Wright with switch out with Rhodes, because he got beat on that deep ball. I don't know if it was a it looked like it could have been a communication thing, because that's when he got beat. He was like putting his arms up like he was looking at the safety, like, I can even have my back. So, but Nashawn Wright, it had probably faster straightaway speed than Rhodes at this point in his career. And Nashawn Wright, his people's is from 15, 20 minutes away from the stadium, from Levi, so he kind of grew up in that area, man. So he I don't know if he had a good practice, they might switch those two out, if anything. That's that on that. And I know the 49 fans, they in the chat, man. They talking mad crazy. I live here in the Bay Area. I actually worked on construction on Levi Stadium, and I want, if you Niners giving out stats, because I think your stats is inflated because of the teams you guys been playing. Like our stats were inflated last year because of our schedule we had last year. It was kind of soft. Since 2016, since Dak and Zeke's rookie year, and ever who was else on the Cowboys in 2016, you know what that record is in Levi Stadium? 2-0. You know how I know? Because I was at all those games. 2-0. So good. There goes the stat for you. Bang, bang, Niner gang. And I know I'm talking to these Niner people right now, man. Y'all talking about bang, bang. We about to be coming in. We about to who ride on y'all. It's about to be red and blue, cousin blood. It just don't matter. It's about to be banging for real. So it's going to be on and cracking. You Niner fans think we ain't got no chance, but we got something for you, man. That the intensity, we kind of underestimated you guys last year. That's why you guys stunned us so quickly. But this is why, hey, we ready for this one, and it's going to be on and cracking. So, Voch, I know this team. If you got anything to ask me, I can tell you what's going to happen. Well, from any schematic point, I know this team, man. I know this team. Ask me something.
Shit, I don't have nothing to ask. I mean, I watched the film and I'm just ready for Sunday. I ain't got nothing to ask. I appreciate
this is one thing. From a coverage point, I think this is what we do because they got that rookie. I think this is where we have the advantage.
Okay.
Dak has full command of the offense when we go into the no huddle. They like to rotate their defensive linemen just like we rotate ours.
Sure.
So he has more command. He can get the plays in and out real quick.
Yeah.
Purdy, he's a rookie. He's not going to be able to do that. They're not going to be able to run that no huddle offense as effectively as Dak can. So we could probably catch them in some compromising situations, but they don't have the right personnel on the team if we go hurry up. So I think that's where we got the advantage. And then on defense, I think we got to play them bump and run. Yeah. Not necessarily man-to-man,
right?
Not man-to-man press, but we need to play press. Whatever coverage it is, cover 2, cover 3, cover 1, we need to be in their face, bump and run. And that's the way, if you watch the Seattle game,
quickly,
when every time Seattle got up in their face, it was problems for Purdy.
Yeah. Bro G, appreciate you, brother. Good call, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now I just looked in my chat, right? And I may have missed something, but I feel like I got a solid memory. It's just I saw a character in my chat box I feel like I haven't seen in a long time. So I just haven't seen him in a minute. You know what I mean? I'm not in the business of making people yield or anything like that. I just got questions. When Cooper Rush was the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys for about 5 weeks, there was this character that was in every single one of my comment sections. He was in all the chat boxes. I couldn't miss him. There's a cat in the chat box right now. His name's Solar. 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 He said, Voch, Cooper Rush is the better quarterback. We will win more games with him at quarterback than Dak Prescott. You are a homer. You are an apologist. I thought you was a football fan, Voch, not a Dak Prescott fan. This gentleman in the chat, Solar, Solar. I'm looking him in his eyes right now. Not really, but I'm looking at his profile pic. I'm looking at him, and he said, "Voch, are you a Cowboy fan, or are you a Dak Prescott fan? Because Cooper Rush will take the you get Martise, you goddamn right he finna leave, or he just even say that. Voch, Cooper Rush would be the much better quarterback for this team. I'm not being petty, right? I'm not trying to. I feel like when Cooper Rush won those games, I saw him every day. Every day in the chat, every comment section on the video. I feel like when Dak came back the first week, it was like versus Detroit or something, whatever team it was, and Dak had a weird little start. He eventually did better. He had a weird little start. Solar said, Voch, that's the guy that you want? But I feel like since Dak started going crazy, I haven't seen him anymore. Like he just kind of disappears. He just goes away. He goes away. And I thought he went away because he hated my Dak Prescott take, right? Because, I feel like Dak Prescott's fantastic, right? I think Dak Prescott's a top quarterback in the league. I thought like maybe he left because that was my opinion, and he wanted to go to a YouTube channel that thought Dak was trash too, so that they could have something in common. Not the fact that they both thought that Dak Prescott was bad, but the fact that they both were wrong, right? So now I see Brother Solar, Solar, and he talking about how much better the Cowboys team is than the 49ers, and he talking about Brock Purdy and shit, and that's cool. But Brother Solar, do you still want to stand on the 10 toes that you stood on 2 months ago when you felt like Cooper Rush would make this offense much better, this team much better than Dak Prescott? I don't expect you to respond to me. You probably left already. But by the smallest of margins, by the smallest of probabilities, by the smallest of chances, damn near hitting the lottery, damn near getting struck by lightning, a plane crashing, getting kicked in the face by a horse, a goddamn vending machine falling on you. The smallest of chances, if you still in this chat box, I ask you, sir, do you yield? I'm just asking, sir. You ain't got to respond if you ain't here. I probably been talking just to the chat. I probably just been talking to people on the phone. I just been talking to other people that's just watching right now. Let me run and see we got 1,263 people here. I assume I'm just talking about them. I had 1,264 up in here, but his ass is gone. So now I'm down to 1,263. I better not see him in Law Nation chat later neither. I'm asking them. I don't forget shit. What up, LA?
Making sports fans yield.
You be all right. You gonna learn today?
Funny, Voch.
I appreciate you. I'm being honest, but go ahead. What you got for show about that?
No, I appreciate your honesty, man. These lanes need to hear the sheer honesty when their buffoonery gets them in trouble with their little Twitter fingers, you know, and all these other devices that they put themselves out there on, you know. So all these bang, Niner gang people have been getting on my nerves, Botch. I've got several bets lined up, and I'm very confident this weekend, sir. Several bets. So, you know, one of the things that you touched on a second ago is these storylines that they pretended that Brock Purdy is Aaron Rodgers, you know, that he's a guy. Yeah. You know, he's not a bad quarterback, but let's not pretend that his little schedule wasn't all that. One. Two, nobody had film on the guy. You know, nobody had film on how Shanahan was going to call plays with them and what they were going to look like. But I'm not the only one that's noticed. I'm sure you did. The guy loves to escape to the right. He gets happy in the pocket, and the dude a duck and just slide right. Saying all that to say, your last caller touched on something major. You know, when you come up and you put hands on dudes, it's a lot more difficult for their players to play well with somebody like Purdy at quarterback. So if they're not on schedule and in front of the chain, you're going to get a whole different person, you know. And the other side of that box, you got this DC kid. And this is why I was laughing, you know, because you got a whole bunch of people who've been killing Dak, who killed Trey Diggs, you know, and at the end of the day, this weekend is one of these fantastic moments that I've been waiting for since '95, because I know I've had a Super Bowl defense. Right. We've got Micah Parsons, who we can move off the line of scrimmage and allow him to tee off on a goddamn running back. Right. We actually have a chess piece that when it's not time to tee off on a running back, you can make these dumbass running backs attempt to block him. Right. You know, and Dan Quinn, let's not forget that they literally this is what I loved about my team, Voch, and the overall coaching job. And they're not going to get any credit for this. Yeah. But one of the most difficult things to do in the football world is to get quality reps.
Yeah,
it's very fucking difficult to get quality. These jokers was practicing the last month of the season. They got quality reps with looks that they needed to try out. All these different things. If you was listening to the interviews, like you had heard Dan Quinn talking about that like a couple weeks ago. But saying all that to say, you know, the way that they've drafted, the people that they brought in, we're in real good shape to play knuckle up, match up fucking football. And that kid is going to make a bunch of he's going to make a bunch of mistakes. He's going to make a bunch of mistakes. Number 7 is going to score 2 touchdowns. Everybody is I don't want to say they sleeping on the dude, but they've forgotten the greatness of what we actually draft, you know, and the conundrum that we're going to find ourselves in when it comes time to pay these guys. Yeah. But you got some big plays coming from 7, from 11, and you got some major plays. I'm ready. I'm ready to love on CD Lamb, but you got some big plays coming from 88 this weekend.
Sure.
You know, and everybody pretending that these dudes are these juggernauts just because they want to watch the Cowboys lose. It's just like how people want to watch Muhammad Ali lose. You got to pay a whole bunch of money and the dude keep winning. How you want Mayweather to lose, but you can't punch him in a fight.
Right.
You know, it just is what it is. We got to go out and play the game, and it turns out that Purdy's going to be immortal, just like the rest of the suckers. Bang, bang, not a gang. They about to get their asses beat. Right. It's all good.
Yep. Appreciate you, LA. Good call, brother. Be safe.
Amen. God bless y'all.
Be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Yeah, man. You know, there's gonna be a lot of things in play. You know, you need everybody on your team to bring that level, and we did that last week. So we do it again. We'll be good. You know, everybody was on. You know, the penalties were a big deal in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like last year, the Cowboys gave 49ers like what 85 yards in penalties or something like that. So if you just play clean, bro. And I said the same thing about the 49ers game last week, man. You know, the Seahawks did well until they turned the ball over and started getting penalties, and that turns into a problem, right? So you just gotta play clean football. You're talented enough. You're talented enough. But if you are talented and you play clean football and you get big games out of 4, 11, 7, 20, 95, I think you'd be good to go. I think Micah Parsons, I think something that like benefits him, that I think uniquely benefits him than it would like somebody else, like his online presence. You know, like if Trey Diggs get on the internet, like he'll start feeding into the shit people say about him. When Micah Parsons gets on the internet and he reads what people say, and I'm sure he's seen, and it's almost like I forgot that Niners fans were like annoying, but like, dog, like every time I'll be minding my business, not saying nothing about a 49er at all. Because I typically don't talk about teams that we ain't playing necessarily. But a 49er fan will go find you. If you on Twitter, you've probably seen this. A 49er fan will really come find you, and you minding your business, not saying nothing about them, and you go, damn, boy, Micah Parsons is talented. And they'll take time out their day just to try to remind you that Nick Bosa is better. They'll just take time out their day. And the funny part about it is, if you go, well, Voch, I think Nick Bosa is better. If I simply go, okay, that's fine, that's your opinion, you feel that way. Voch, you got to show me some film proof that Mike is better than Nick Bosa. And they get upset that you don't want to fight them over this Michael versus Nick Bosa thing. They've been doing this shit all year. And I forgot. They've been doing this shit all year, bro. And like, I just be up here minding my bit. Boy, Michael Parsons bought pizza for homeless people. God damn, boy, that's fire. Bosa won a Madden tournament. He's better. Like, sir. Michael Parsons came by and said, hey, man, I know time's a little hard. It's cold outside. What's y'all cash out, man? I'm about to pay a little money out here. What's y'all cash out, man? And I'd be like, boy, look at Michael Parsons, boy. God damn. Ah! It's just funny to me. It's funny to me. Eddie Marcos 916 says, "Bro wants peace in the sports world." See, you're missing the nuance in what I'm saying to you, sir. Peep this out, brother Eddie. There's a deeper meaning to what I'm saying here, brother Eddie. If the Cowboys play the 49ers, right, and you want to tell me that Bosa's better than Michael Parsons, Purdy's better than Dak, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Christian McCaffrey better than Zeke and Tony if they did the fusion dance. I don't who cares, bro? Like, I don't give a like. Think that. You want to say whoever's better than anybody. That's fine. Take it. Travaris Ward could be better than Trey Diggs. I don't give a fuck. You're a 49ers fan on 49er day. It's cool. But the fucking Cowboys playing the Lions, and I go, Micah needs to have a big day today. Then in my mind, what that means to me is that you as a 49er fan, that just means the Cowboys always on your goddamn mind. I don't know. I mean, that's what that means to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just what that mean to me, dog. That's what that mean to me. Yo, look, chat, watch this though. But you see him try to bail out. He say, "I made it on your podcast, made my day." Sir, I got phone lines lined up. I got an interactive chat. I got super chats. Many people make it onto my podcast, sir. You're not special. You're not special. You just like anybody else that interact with my show, dog. What you think you infiltrating the Carter? Bless him. Bless him. All I'm saying is I feel like people think about the Cowboys all the time. People think about the Cowboys all the time, man. And, my overall point with that is I think Micah would possibly take that and use it to his advantage. Micah will take that and be like, oh, well, man, they've been talking about, this Micah versus Nick thing, all year. I may not have nothing personally against Nick, but this will be a fantastic time to silence critics if I go out here and have a fantastic day versus the 49ers. You feel me? But anyway, that's my little homie. That's little bro. Shouts out to little bro, my little homie Steele up in here. What's up, little bro? Little Seal. What's up, bro? What's up? Oh boy, wait a minute now. What? He's a part of the show. Oh boy, I just made him a part of my show. My goodness. He made it onto my podcast. Oh shit. He live in my mind rent free. I read a comment. Oh shit. It's all good. Appreciate you, Martise. What's today? Thursday? Martise, call in. Martise, have we heard from you yet? What's today? This the last show of the week, Martise. Call in, sir. Call in, Martise. Hell wrong with you. Let's get D Schiff on the phone, see what he talk about. Hold up. Wait a minute. I hit a button. There we go. What's up, D Schiff?
Man, what's good, Voch? Dog, I can't. I know exactly what you're talking about, but man, they be mad, bro, because I just saw this interview where these Niners podcast people, whatever, were talking to Brian Baldinger, right? Mm-hmm. And then they start talking to Nick Bosa and Micah Parsons. They wanted Brian Baldinger to tell them how much better Bosa was than Micah, right?
Right.
So they asked him.
The conference has been unlocked.
Right. Yeah, but Bosa ain't winning off the edge like Micah.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn. They ain't want to hear that though. Their whole face changes. And the thing about the Niners, bro, is they've been like kind of prompted and been talked up all this year.
The conference has been locked.
Be better than them, right? And they really are in our role from last year. If you really think about it, how they just going in and just feeling like this is a guarantee and just feeling like we ass.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But the thing is, it's like just a couple weeks ago, we already faced the number one defense. Sure. Or number two defense.
Sure.
Just a couple weeks ago, people were bringing up good points of I understand Kittle, but Kittle just started he's been in a slump this year. You know what I'm saying? That dude got injury problems. Right. So they were trying to basically say what's the last tight end that's really ate on this Cowboys defense?
Well, Cowboys have many tight end options. So that they can disagree, but we've seen J.K. versus Kittle before, and it kind of works out for us. I think
was last year, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That was last year.
Sure, Cowboys got a lot of guys that can cover tight end. So yeah, it'll be a good chess match all around. I agree.
I mean, I like what Debo does, and Purdy, he's doing cool things, but Purdy just hit a 300-yard game.
For sure.
Let's not act like I get it. Purdy ain't lost you a game, but he ain't won you a game either.
Right.
And come playoff times, your quarterback might have to do that.
Right.
Because what's going to happen is Christian McCaffrey goes in there and realizes it ain't so sweet because you ain't playing the Raiders, or you ain't playing the Commanders when you give a damn about the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Cowboys, man, y'all live in a penthouse right now, like, so y'all really fed. Y'all been fed with a lot of praise. Cowboys can't get shit for nothing. We living in poverty, so that means we hungry as hell. Like, we really hungry.
Fair
we
enough.
about to go into Santa Clara. And I've been trying to be humble, Voch, but at the same time, I'm going to talk my shit, bro.
Sure. Fair
I'm
enough.
going to have to. And
Fair
so,
enough.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, like, I get it. San Fran, y'all got a real talented team. I'm not taking nothing away from y'all. But damn, like, y'all not the best team I've ever seen. So, we'll see. It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a fun Sunday, bro. It's gonna be a fun Sunday, no matter what happens. Yeah, go ahead.
This Sunday, the team's gonna prove that they better than the last year's team. I'm out, Voch.
Sure, appreciate you, my guy. Salute. Appreciate you, D Shift. Wait, what that comment say? Bosa got 19 sacks. Wait, Bosa got 19 sacks. Doesn't matter if Parsons wins more and has less sacks. Goofy. Bosa got 19 sacks. Doesn't matter if Parsons wins more and has less sacks. Goofy. I don't know if he was talking to me or somebody in the comments. I don't know. But hey man, it's playoffs, man. You know how it goes. It's playoffs, man. People get a little, you know what I mean? People get a little worked up, man. You know how it go. I don't want to hold you up too long, man. You just got to come in and do your part. What's up, Martise?
You.
Yeah, man. I'm not trying to. Wait a minute, time, man. I'm not trying to like put you to work or nothing like that, but I do have a question for you, sir. You said Voch. That's an interesting point. I don't know in particular which part you thought was interesting, but what did you think was interesting?
I was thinking this in that Bucks game, looking at Micah.
Yeah.
He was getting busy.
Right.
And it wasn't just when he went off the edge. He went up the middle one of them plays, and you had a center and a guard trying to stop him, and he's pushing them back.
Right.
But still gets the arm up in front of Brady.
Right.
Everything that we knew about Michael once drafting him, work ethic, intelligent, stupid competitive.
Right.
Like, he's talking, I want to be the greatest, and he means it. So I think this Bosa, you mentioned that Mike is the kind of dude, all this Bosa talk, he hears it. Mm-hmm. So I'm expecting stupid freak Micah showing up. And I would say the key here is really if we can just try to make sure we don't give nothing cheap or deep and make them have to earn it. I love Trent Williams. I don't love the right tackle as much. And I want to see some Micah in that middle to make Brock Purdy have to play football. I don't know if people saw it in Seahawks game. He had a bunch of balls where he was trying to give the game away, like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks didn't capitalize on it. Yeah. So that was that. I also want to make a quick comment about the Izzy thing.
Right.
Listening to Dan Quinn all the time, he's trying to figure out cornerback 2. I really think in the back of his mind, he was like, the best cornerback 2 I've seen was Bland. But I'm hoping one of these other dudes can show me something.
Right.
So I don't have to move 2 people. Remember you saying that all year. Mike McCarthy was saying that all year.
And they lied. They lied.
Yeah. But what I think happened was the fact that all them cornerback 2s was getting torched. He was like, look, I like our matchups with a long physical Izzy because the teams we like Bucks don't have no super quick slot dude. Like Godwin's physical. So that's not a bad matchup for Izzy. And I think that'll be great this week because Izzy can probably match up with Kittle. Debo isn't a, super quick route running dude. So I think Izzy can really give us some help there and Blank can show up the outside. So I think that can really work. I doubt he changes that up too much.
Okay. Let me ask you this since you're one of my
Mr. Doody Poo in the chat, Mr. Doodoo Poo, whatever his name is in the chat, he is whacked. but I'm gonna just leave that alone.
Oh,
go ahead.
no.
I know what you're about to ask me. Go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, man, you know, just everything else worked on the Cowboys front, man. You know, Kellen Moore, you know, had a good game, man. Dak Prescott dialed it up, man. He was dealing them, you know what I'm saying? He looked good. But you know, CeeDee Lamb wasn't that prominent. You know, he wasn't that prominent last game, Martise. So I guess that goes to your point. Yeah. So do you think CeeDee Lamb is wide receiver 1 yet, sir?
I got some red flags. I'm not sure, man. I need to see more from him.
What else you need to see? What else do you need to see? Wait. You need to put your glasses on when you watch the 49ers. Wait. What you mean? What you mean? There's still some things you do. What are you looking for? Get your ass off the phone, Marty. See, this your problem, sir. You want to live in your own little world where change don't happen. CeeDee Lamb, man, get your ass out of the phone. All pro CeeDee Lamb. Motherfucking CeeDee Lamb, motherfucking Tyreek Hill favorite wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. Get your ass off the phone. Martise. The fuck wrong with him, dog? What's wrong with the boy, man? CD all pro like a motherfucker, man. What's the business here, man? Jesus, man. L says, Voch made me like Martise now, and I hate you for that. Hey, relax, bro. Relax, bro. Hey, man, Martise, you gonna respect CeeDee Lamb one day. You hear me? I bet you respect him in 3 weeks, goddamn. But anyway, let's move on, man. It is 4:23, so let's put some legs on these calls, just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit. Mr. Ronnie, how you doing, sir?
Hey, how you doing? God bless you and the show and the family, like always, and your boy Will Steele.
Yes, sir.
But we're gonna crush them. Trust me. You know. Guess what? I happen to find my 1992. When we last time we went to the Super Bowl,
right?
We want to win it, and I'm going to be rocking that sweatshirt.
Yes, sir.
I got the original sweatshirt. We ain't worrying about no San Francisco. They haven't faced the defense like ours.
Right.
Like they say, everybody got to get credit until they get punched in the mouth. And trust me, Michael Parsons and that defense, they're coming to punch him in the mouth.
Right.
They know they got some revenge from last year, and they're going to take care of business. God bless you in the show. Like always, and keep up the good work, my brother.
Appreciate you, Mr. Ryan. Good call. Salute. Man, Mr. Ryan said he finna go find the oldest shirt in his closet. You gonna wear that motherfucker. You gonna go find the oldest shirt in his closet. He gonna wear that for the playoffs. I love it. Love it, Mr. Ryan. Let's get Ryan on the phone. See what he talking about. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, Voch. How you doing, man?
What's good with you, player?
I'm doing good. I just had a quick thing. You was talking about stats and specific things that came up when you were looking at the Niners, and there's something that I figured out. I was looking at film, and then I had caught a couple of podcasts that the Cowboys had put out, chiefly talking with the boys, and they had brought up something real cool.
Right.
If you go look at the Niners scoring per quarter, the second quarter is where you got to win. That's the closest they even get to the top 5 as far as scoring. They score about 9.2 points a quarter,
right?
Per second quarter, and then they drop behind or drop under 5 in every other quarter. And then if you look at they give up on defense, they're the number 1 defense in the second quarter. So I think the big thing for us is going to be limiting or winning that second quarter. And other than that, I think it's just going to be the experience factor for Dak taking over.
That's interesting.
That second quarter is where they really get rolling both on offense and on defense.
What was that podcast again?
Talking with the boys. I'm trying to think. It's Kyle Yeoman.
Okay, .com. I got you.
Yeah.
I'll give it a list. Appreciate you, man. That was a good one, Ryan. Salute. That's going to make me look that up. And you know what? Another team that's like that too, we was looking at earlier this year, is the Eagles. Man, the Eagles like to put, they like to put up points in the second quarter, right? So you gotta put your points up, of course, but you gotta withstand that wave. You know what I mean? That wave of scoring energy. You know what I'm saying? So, fantastic observation. Appreciate you. Let's get Dave Alexander on the phone quickly. What's up, Dave?
Yo, Hey.
It's good.
I don't know. Okay, you caught me off guard. Cut me a little bit off guard, but
I mean, shit, you need 5 minutes.
Bro G, make sure you get Bro G platinum. Make sure that brother's platinum.
Yeah, I got him.
Now, the Seahawks gave Purdy fits, and he damn near tried to get a game away. Now, the defense bailed him out once they got Geno Smith to fumble that ball. Once he fumbled that ball, the game was over. Right. If the Seahawks line had a held, and the Seahawks took the lead by 1, then you're gonna see the real Brock Purdy. Now you got to remember, he's a rookie. He's in the playoff. He's in the playoffs. He's a rookie. He took over for Jimmy G when he got hurt. So you got tape on it. You got tape on it. So that's not an issue. Dak was a rookie when he went to the playoffs. You got to understand it. He's going to make rookie mistakes. You have to hold the line. Point blank and period. So all this Niner gang and all this other stuff with what we got here is a failure to communicate. You're not you're hearing, but you're not listening. Yeah. You bloviate and blah 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 about this bullshit, this kind of bullshit, and that kind of bullshit. Yeah. Play some zone defense. Yeah. Play some zone defense, and Dak's going to pick you apart. Right. Fuck around and find out. Deuces.
Appreciate you, Dave. Appreciate you, Dave. Hey, man, listen, it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. I can't wait. The other one says, someone broke his panels in the clouds, cover the sun. Oh, no, that's bad. If the Niners win, will the Dallas fans or Voch give Purdy a little more credibility, even though he's a rookie? I mean, shit, Voch ain't going to lie to you, man. Voch ain't going to lie to you. Voch might be patient with some of his takes. Voch may take a while for some of his takes to fully develop before I fire, but I ain't gonna lie to nobody. If Purdy was one of the sole reasons why something happened versus Dallas, I'll tell you. We'll talk about that. But what was I about to do? Here we go. Let's go. But the bad part about that though. This is the bad part about that, right? If Niners win, people come to Voch Lombardi's channel to see if Voch gonna say something about Brock Purdy, right? All right, cool. The problem is, if the Cowboys win, how many people we got watching live right now? Let's see. We got about 1,100, something like that. Got about 1,100 people watching live right now. That number gonna be by 800, cause all of the Niners fans in here, they not gonna tune in the next Monday. Cowboys win, all the Niners fans in here. We not gonna see Poo Poo. What's his name? What's his name? Huxtable, Rudy Poo. We not gonna see that character ever again. The character that's happy that he made it to the podcast, we'll never see him again. We'll never see these characters again. And the problem is, we don't have any reference point to who they are besides the argument that we just got into. We're not even gonna know where to find these people. I type in solar on YouTube. You think it's gonna pull up, buddy, that thing Cooper Rush better? No. Google gonna assume that I'm trying to buy solar panels to save money on my electrical bill. That's what's gonna happen. They gonna bring up all kind of astrologies and shit, because they're gonna think I'm talking about eclipses if I type in solar. They may even pull up old clips records because I'm talking about clips, because I'm talking about solar. You know what I'm saying? They may teach me how to clip things on YouTube because of eclipse and solar. That's the whole problem I have with this thing, man. That's the whole problem I have with this thing, bro. So yeah. Eddie Marcos, that's his name, right? I'm not gonna see Eddie Marcos Monday if the Cowboys win, man. If I do, I appreciate it, because we're trying to have all these numbers so the volume can give us a little bit of money so we can buy yachts and shit. I appreciate y'all. If y'all were around, if y'all do stay around, hey, look, JMW 85. I would love for y'all ass to stay around so we can get more volume money at the end of the contract renegotiation, so I can buy a house and a yacht and shit. I would love it. I would love it. You know what I'm talking about? But I don't know, man. It's just what I expect, bro. That's just what I expect, bro. I mean, y'all can come back for draft season, you know what I mean? Like, if I break down one of the players that y'all watched, I hope y'all can, find it in you to watch one of them videos. But it's a cold world, man. It's a cold world. What my boy Future say? What he say? What that shit at? What he say?
It's an evil world we live in.
It is, Future. I know, man. I know, bro. Solar rolled up in the chat box, thought it was sweet. I went bow, 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 bow.
Shot the nigga. Bow. Shot his ass.
Jack, bow, bow, bow. Jack, what up, brother?
Alright, what's up?
What's good with you, man? Gunshots make Jack excited because he from the hood. What up, Jack? What you got for the show, Doc?
Hey, Voch.
Yes, sir.
First, I gotta get this out of the way.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, bro?
Life good, man. I can't complain, man. Volume pays well. I got paid today. What's up?
Hey, awesome song. I get paid at Twitter. So much.
Happy for you. Let's go.
Damn. With all due disrespect, bro.
Yes, sir.
One stat that nobody's mentioned.
Yes, sir.
Well, two.
The
Cowboys have beat every team that they have played in the season that is in the playoffs. Two. The Cowboys have the best winning record of teams over 500. I'm sorry.
That's real shit.
Did they hear me?
That's real shit. Say it again in case they did know, but go ahead. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
The Cowboys and Dak Prescott have the best record against teams over 500 and have beat every team that they have played that is in the NFC playoffs. They beat all of them that they have played.
Right.
So why do they hide these numbers and only mention the errors, the flaws, the fall down, but they never mention the get up?
Okay.
Then when we do triumph over these teams, and they try to retract and eat all the crow, it's hard for them. It's like pulling your stomach out your mouth. It's damn near impossible. But just to end my point and my little shit, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We got this bitch. We got him.
Right.
Fuck him. But you be blessed, bro.
Hey, man, appreciate you, bro. Just
basically, fuck him.
Appreciate you, Jack. Good call, man. There you go. Hey, man, Jack's energy is irreplicable. That's a hard ass word. Replicable. I'm gonna work on that. DJ, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Voch? How you doing, bro?
Life good, player. Life good. What you got for the show?
Okay, so I know that we trying to go into this with respect, right? And if we take the names off the jerseys and the emblems off the helmets, and they just out there in white jerseys with no numbers, I would love the football that the 49ers put on the field. I really would.
Right.
But here's the thing. I'm so tired of the disrespect that not only 49ers fans are giving, right, but all the way across the board. Because my thing is this. If you think the 49ers fans better pray that this is a blowout on their side. Right. Because in my mind, that's the only way that this works out advantageously for them. Because if it's a close game that comes down to one drive at the end of the game, who do you trust more, Dak Prescott or Brock Purdy? And I know they aren't the only ones on the field, but who do you trust more, Dak Prescott or Brock Purdy? And if you have a game where there's a shootout, who do you trust more to continue scoring with needing to score? Dak Prescott or Brock Purdy? Because it's Dak Prescott. And if you're saying anything else, you're either uneducated, stupid, or lying. There's nowhere in between in that. the product that's been put on the field, and I actually covered this with Will Steele the other day on his show. And I think you were in the chat box that day as well. But every time it's been a big game this season, we can talk all the shit we want to talk about Kellen Moore. We have reservations about Dan Quinn towards the end of the season, but it turns out that they had a plan, and that's all we could ask for. But every single time that we've had a big game, Kellen Moore's come through, and not only come through, but been lights out. Every time we had the Eagles game, the Packers game for the first half, the Vikings smoked them. Last week, smoked them. So all I'm saying is, I understand that you're a fan, but if you notice Box's attitude and his mental and everything that he's bringing to the table, we understand who you are. But we need you to recognize who we the fuck are as well.
DJ, thank you for blessing us, man. Appreciate you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Amazing. Hey, man, you got to know your own superpowers, man. I tell people all the time, bro. You got to know your own superpowers, man. You know, you can feel however you want to feel about this game, bro. But I feel like, man, we just gonna see Sunday, man. Like I'm comfortable with my guys, I'm comfortable with my team and what we can do. Like that dude, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just ready, bro. I'm ready for Sunday. And I am, I'm very even right now. You know what I mean? I know where my feet are. I'm chilling. But I will say, there's a possibility that, there will be great vengeance and furious anger on Monday. And those make for the best monologues, chat. So we'll see what happens. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We got time. What's up, Reek?
What's going on?
Coolin', my guy. What you got for the show?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, my bad, man.
It was good, man.
Yeah, my bad, right? Yeah, my bad. My thing is like this. The Cowboy fans that are going to this game, they need to flood that stadium like they disrespected us and flooded our stadium last year. We need to go in there full-fledged, loudest fans, overpower their fans.
Yeah.
Because this team is gonna need all it can get. That need to be our stadium.
Right.
And I got all the confidence in number 4. Right. I see a difference in his swagger and his attitude. He wants it. You know what I mean? And I can tell that his team is fully behind him, and they want it. And the reason I say that, because y'all know I've been getting on Van Der Esch the whole year. Mm-hmm. But that lady Van Der Esch I seen last week against Tom Brady,
right?
Oh, man, that tells me a whole lot, man. This team is locked in. And we already know what this team is going to play us like from last year. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
We understand the physicalness that they brought last year, and we stuck out the physicalness out with them.
Right.
They barely beat us last year.
Right.
So we know what we got to do. All we got to do is go in there and handle our job and come up out of there with that victory and on to the next, wherever that may be.
Sure.
That's all I got to say, man. Let's go, Cowboys. Quest 6. Let's go get this 6, man. Stop playing. Peace.
Appreciate you, Reek. And look, I was talking to my other brothers, man, to my coalition brothers, my Mapoho brothers. And there's a handful of y'all in the chat that know what I mean when I say that. But I was talking to my Mapoho guys who was in the group chat, man. And, one of the points that I made, and I don't even know if I brought this up on stream because the roundtable chat, like we say so much shit in the roundtable chat that we just simply forget to say in the regular joint, is, think about our players and where they were last year, right? Not everybody, but just think about some of the trench guys, right? State of the trenches, right? Let's just think about that. You had Oso Digizua, right? He was in his rookie body, and he had played a gajillion snaps that year, and he was already in his little war down phase. And look, 49ers hit him in the mouth. He wasn't ready for that. Neville Gallimore is coming off like a little elbow injury, but his ass might be inactive or whatever. But Carlos Watkins is much better this year than he was last year. Chauncey Golston, who's in his man body, is much better this year than he was last year. Bohanna's going to be a guy that's going to be available for you. He's going to be in his man body. Michael Parsons is a guy that played for us last year, and his body ain't changed up too much, but he's definitely a different player this year now than he was last year. Guys like Jonathan Hankins, I think, are going to make a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? I just think those players. Mr. 49 says, now you want to talk about last year. Well, I'm talking about this year. I think those players, compared to their old self, are so much different now. You know what I'm saying? To where I don't think we're going to get the same performance that you got from Neville Gallimore last year. Or from, just pick a guy, I mean, shit, Jonathan Hankins is an ex-Raider, so maybe that may be some PTSD shit. I don't know. But... I just think that I believe in this team's toughness, right? A lot of people don't, and that's fine. They can believe what they want to believe. I believe in this team's toughness. I believe that this team really does get up for big games and big opponents and better opponents. But I do think that there's something to the idea that the 49ers, who hit the Cowboys in the mouth last year, I don't think there's going to be a surprise this year. You know what I'm saying? This front office, this coaching staff, like they drafted for this situation. You know what I mean? They drafted for this situation. They offseason acquired for this situation. They midseason acquired for this situation. They offseason peanut buttered for this situation. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's just going to be so interesting. I just think that this game, and I'm just thinking about the chess pieces, I just think that this game is just going to be so different. And of course, they have different pieces than they did last year. That's fine, cool. Shouts out to them. But Cowboys do also. And like Mike McCarthy said earlier when we was listening to the sound clips, that this offense ain't even the same. So it should be fun. But I'm just not walking around with like some of the fear that other Cowboy fans are walking around with. I feel great about this game, man. I feel great. Shouts out to 49ers fans though. What up, Steve?
Hey, what up, Voch?
Coolin', my guy. What you got for the show?
Hey, first of all, I hope everything's okay with Mr. Will.
Yeah, man, he good, man. He just getting over a little something, man. But it's playoff football, man. He gonna be all right.
All right, good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I gotta say something that'll just make you feel good right now. Just take the topic off of 49ers for a second.
Yes, sir.
Tyler, off-season peanut butter.
Yeah, man. I know, right?
Can you just imagine it already?
I know, right?
Already.
I know, right? I'm ready to lose my mind, man. I am for him and Sam Williams, right? I am ready to lose my mind for both those guys, for sure. For sure.
It's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
Right.
So I got something for you. So the 49ers, they love to play zone.
Yep.
They also, on third down, their favorite thing to do when they dial it up is zone blitz.
Mm-hmm.
What quarterback do you think just absolutely loves zone blitz and has wet dreams at night just thinking about zone blitz?
Waving the 4-4.
Yes, sir. So that makes me feel good. That makes me feel real good that we have our number 4 that does so well against zone blitz, which they love. Look down the list of the quarterbacks that they've played this year, and it's like, all right, that's nice.
Yeah.
But another thing to think about this year, no matter what happens from here on out, this season, this team will not lose 2 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what. Okay.
Sure.
And I've got one other thing. I have a question for you, Mr. Voch.
Sure.
Let's say the 49ers look over last week's game, and they say, we cannot let Dalton Schultz beat us this week.
Okay.
Let's say that happens. Who is your pick for
Ferguson,
the step-up person of the week?
Ferguson. 2 tight ends. Let's do it.
So you think it's still going to be tight end?
Sure, do it again. Because I think Tony's role isn't going to change very much. And, CD's role is not going to change. And, unfortunately, Zeke's role may or may not change. But if Zeke's role change, it's going to only affect Tony for real. So from there, the only guys that you have to be step-up guy candidates are who? Like T.Y. Hilton and Noah Brown? Or the tight ends. So in my mind, just throw it to the other tight ends. Shit, Ferguson had a big-ass play last week. Shit, give him another.
He did. I have no problem with him serving up some of that too.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think the 49ers safeties are to be had, and I think they dial up some, like I said, zone blitz. And
yep.
Dak's going to have a field day on it.
But we'll talk about it, my guy. Appreciate you, player. Good call.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir. Good call. All right, now we got 3 non-platinum callers. Let's see what happens with that. And after that, we're going to read super chats. After that, we'll hang out in the regular chat box for a little bit. And then after that, I'm going to go Twitch. So let's see. 435, what's up? Who this?
Hey, what's going on? You hear me all right?
What's good, player? I hear you well. What you got for the show?
All right. This is Zach from Utah.
What's up, Zach?
So real quick, I got a Benny the Butcher quote.
Oh, shit, okay.
All right. So Benny the Butcher said, the streets did so much shit to me that I could never live civilly. Okay. So throughout this whole season, I felt like the Cowboys did so much shit to me. They're going to need to show me something other than inconsistency. Boy, they showed my ass something Monday night.
Go ahead. We listen to you.
That's all I got. They showed me something.
Oh, well, shit. Appreciate you. What's your name again?
This is Zach from Utah.
Zach,
shit, one more thing.
Go ahead, Go ahead.
Did you watch the sounds from the sideline?
Yes, I did, sir.
So you did see that shit when Dak ran in, Billy D was going off?
Yes, sir. That's good for the energy, man. Just seeing your quarterback put it on the line like that, man, the team recognized that shit for sure.
Bro, after the game, I watched that shit yesterday. That had me hyped as fuck.
Yeah. Good shit, Zach. Appreciate you, brother. I just put you down platinum. Next time you call in, we'll know it's you.
Hell yeah, appreciate it.
That's what happens when you take a path that they force you to take. I think remorse on your face. All right, here we go. A man just got life in a courtroom today. When I walk, my chains make the sound my fork used to make. Bars.
I just got out of jail and I ain't going back. I ain't going back.
817, what's happening? Who it is?
What's going on, Voch? This is Nas from GP.
What's up, Nas? Turn down your TV. Turn your house down.
Got you.
Yes, sir. But what you got for the show?
Hey, man. Not much, man. How you doing?
Man, life good. Shit, chilling.
That's good, man. I just wanted to call in real quick. I was watching them 4-letter and 3-letter networks. I know you advise against that, but, man, I had to tune in, man. They still disrespecting phone, man. It's kind of crazy to me, man.
Yeah, it's all right.
They're talking about how they're saying that Brock Purdy is better than him because of the interceptions. And I was thinking about last year. I was like, man, so Matt Stafford led the league in interceptions last year, but they was hyping him up.
Right.
And I'm like, that don't make too much sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking at this year. I'm like, man, Dak, he got so much body of work already. How you going to judge that on this year, but last year that Matt Stafford was still the favorite? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's just interesting to me. This is very interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? And another thing y'all were saying yesterday about Brock Purdy, he's played a lot of weak teams. Like I was saying, man, he's not proven yet. He's just not.
Right.
I feel like I feel like there's a higher chance of us going in there and just blowing the brakes off of them than them coming in there and just, stomping us. That makes sense.
Right. I feel you. Hey, man, but ain't no disrespect to them, man. They do well, but I'm ready for Sunday, big dog. I'm just ready for Sunday, big bro. Sure. That's all that is, man. Appreciate you, bro. Good call, Nas.
Yes, sir.
Or is it Nas? Is it Nas or is it Nas?
Nas.
Yeah, I got you. I see. So let me not put NAS. Let me put NAZ. All right, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Mistake.
Nah, it's all good. Appreciate you, brother. Salute.
Yes, sir.
Nas. There we go. Nas just had another phenomenal album, another phenomenal King's Disease. It is what it is. Last call for the day. Then we're gonna get into the super chats. Then we'll get into the chat. See if y'all have anything to say before I clock out for the day. 847. What's up? Who this?
What's going on, Primus Lombardicus? How you doing, big dog? This Tyrant.
Everything good. What's up, Tyrant? What you got for the show?
Hey, man, first, I just got to give you your flowers. You and Will still do a great job. Hey, this Bob Cousy, get yourself a war call, brother.
Bob Cousy up out there. Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, I just got one thing real quick, though. So I actually love how much hate we getting, truthfully. I feel like we always play better when we doubt it. Like, this has been the case for years, and it's definitely the case this year. So I'm looking forward to this game just like you are.
Yep, 100%, man. And I think that, that goes back to this team, man. This team knows what the national media says about them. You know what I mean? They listen, they know what's going on, and this team takes things personal because of the type of leadership that they have. Guys like J. Ron Kurtz, guys like D. Law, they force you to feel away when they know that there's a narrative about you. So I rock with it too. I love it.
Absolutely. And then one last thing about Solar. That's a good ass name because for a fair weather fan, as soon as it gets cloudy, you can't even use them solar panels no more.
Oh goodness, man! Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though. City ball. Appreciate the Tyrant. Good call, man. Jeez Louise. They ain't had to do my boy like that, man. They ain't had to do all that to him. Look at how they massacred my boy. And the reason I'm so even right now because I feel like it'll be useless and a waste of my time if I sit up here and just back and forth all day with every 49er fan that I saw and went, but y'all ain't playing nobody. Well, who gonna block Bosa? Well, who gonna block Osa? Who gonna, you know what I mean? What y'all gonna do by Christmas? Like, bro, like Cowboys have seen top offenses this year. Cowboys have seen top defenses this year. Multiples of both. Hey, we'll just see you when we see you, man. We'll just see you when we see you, bro. We have seen it. We've seen it, and we held up. Not only held up, but we've done fantastic in a lot of those situations. It's cool. It's okay. It's okay. I understand it's, it's cool to hate on, to hate Dallas or whatever. And look, you're a 49er fan. You're supposed to hate Dallas. If I had a little more energy, I'd be hating the 49ers. I just want to play Sunday. And that's gonna be so fun. That's gonna be so fun. I want to go to Dallas, but you know how it go. You goddamn right we did, Link. All right, let's read some supers. Supers. Let's get you up out of here. But hey, shouts out to the 49er fans that hit the sub button that's hanging around though. Shouts out to y'all, man. We need them numbers, you hear me? All right, let's start on the volume side, and then we'll go over to the Voch. Boom, 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 boom. I wish this had more bass. All right, Josh Rander. No, that's yesterday. Today's the 19th. Let me content about strapper. We're not talking about 6. Okay, he must sent this after the show was over. So the coach dropped 5 and says, love your content, Voch. Been following you since the draft breakdown days. We still do that. With that said, we not throwing the ball 66 times. Strap y'all shit up. Be ready to play. And you know what, too? That whole Tom Brady throwing the ball 66 times, that's an inflated number because Tom will throw the ball, but that'll be like a run play. Like, it'll be, all right, we're throwing, but you're going to catch it like a yard behind whatever, but it's a forward pass, so it's a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, their passes, some of their passes are like run game extension plays, you know what I'm saying? Or their run game plays in theory. So yeah, Tom Brady threw the ball 66 times, but a lot of those were theoretical run plays. But that's just me being, nerdy football guy. Don't mind me, but appreciate you, the coach. Dwayne Brown dropped a dime and says, Voch, tell that dummy Cooper Rush couldn't beat Dak out the starting job that the last 5 years and don't know him, but I'm guessing saying, okay, so cool. Voch, tell Solar that Cooper Rush couldn't beat Dak Prescott out for 5 years. Like, he's been on the team 5 years and he hadn't beat Dak yet, so he's not going to beat him this year. And I don't know him, but he is definitely crazy. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Dwayne. Now let's go over to the Voch side. Let's see what y'all got. Let me hit the little refresh button, make sure we all caught up. All right. Michael Miller dropped 5 and says, Voch, we have some of the I Am Legend monsters over at the MMG talking crazy about Dak. They'll be wrong. Just like Buccaneers fans, they'll be wrong. Shouts out to them though. We love them to pieces. Sometimes you gotta love somebody to fix them. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you was incredibly wrong and I just let you be incredibly wrong your whole life, I don't love you. You know what I mean? Sometimes I gotta get you right. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes I gotta get you right, you know? But it's all good. Grande Poppy, pause. He dropped a deuce and says 4, 20, and 7 and 11. It all makes up for 27 and 11. Shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them. Appreciate you, Grande Poppy. Salute, pause. Rhonda's lovely. Let me click the link so I can get the whole. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. She's YouTube. Shouts out to Miss Rhonda. Y'all go check her channel out. Rhonda's Lovely Sparks Audio. ASMR. I want to find some sounds. Hold on, let me just see something. Let's see if we can find some sounds. Okay, that might get us demonetized. All right, cool. That makes me want to dance. But appreciate you, Miss Rhonda. Appreciate you. Let me go back. Let's see. What was that? What we do? All right, cool. Ms. Rhonda said, great podcast. I subscribed. Thank you, with a blue heart. That's better than a red heart. Juan Rankins dropped 9 and says, Voch, I enjoy your content, my brother. Keep doing your thing. Speaking as a Niners fan. The one player that scares me the most for y'all is Tony Pollard. Hope y'all have a great game. Man, see how easy that was, dog? Yeah, man. Somebody got to beat the shit out of Kellen every day in order to, to get Zeke off the field and leave Tony on the field. So as a 49er fan, if you see Zeke on the field, you should definitely celebrate. Voch, are you coming down to Dallas for the game? Because superstition, I want to. Brumley asked me, were we going live Sunday? And I was like, likely yes, but man, that 4-hour drive ain't shit, man. I can't stand it. But whatever. Podrowski84, appreciate you. He dropped a dime in total, which is 2 5s. He said, Niners are beatable. If it bleeds, it dies. Indubitably. Then he also says, with that said, the Cowboys go Mandingo, pause. Those Niner cheeks. The Cowboys go Mandingo, those Niner cheeks. Go clap some cheeks, pause. Appreciate you, sir. And Uga Majuga, I hope that's not like derogatory, but Uga Majuga dropped 5 and says, saw in Sounds of the Sideline when the D-line was laughing, so TP walked over and told them to lock in and get the ball back because he wasn't satisfied with just 24 points. Let me tell you something even more funny about that, right? Let me tell you something that was even more funny about that, right? And if you were tuned into my Twitch, then we watched Sounds of the Sideline together and we reacted to it, right? The D-line was over there chilling, right? And I don't necessarily think that they were unfocused and that Tony was trying to get them focused, right? But let me tell you what was so hilarious. The Cowboys had 18 points on the board at that point. And TP did walk over and says, hey, we need the ball back so we can score. But the funny part is, he says, I ain't just satisfied with 25 points, some old 24 points, some old 25, 24 points. And I was like, TP, why is that interesting? Let me tell y'all why that's important, right? Because if you got 18 points on the board, if you score 6 and kick the field goal, it would be 25 points. But TP knew Brett Maher was kicking. So he said 25, but to be safe, he also said 24. And he was right. And he was right. So yeah, Ooga Mooga James. That was fire of TP. I hope TP can get going, man. TP had a crazy game rushing against who it was. I was thinking something. Yeah, it was 49ers. It was one of these games. TP had a good little game versus 49ers. Yeah, TP was starting. I think Zeke was out or something like that. And we was playing the 49ers that week. TP ran all over them people. It's a fun game. Fun game. All right, let's talk in the chat for a little bit. Chat, do y'all have anything before I go? I know I don't always get a chance to talk to the chat, but y'all got something before we go, chat? Y'all got anything? Y'all got anything? Let's read this, man. Let's read Marcus Hardison. Let's get a read on Marcus Hardison here. Let's see what he say. Let's see. Let's see. Defense is crazy, but Voch was dead on about the zone. Appreciate you, sir. Just a little film, a little research. Ain't nothing crazy. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, which is really just me today because Will's still not here, so it ain't me and Will, still just me and Will. At the volume, shout out to Sun Tzu. Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow. Energy may be likened to. Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow. Decision to the releasing of the trigger. Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow. From decision to the releasing of the trigger. I got you, Marcus Hardison. Keep that same energy. Lion sleep outside. UNLV. Bob Cousys. Appreciate you, sir. It's fantastic, Marcus Hardison. Appreciate you, sir. And Sun Tzu. Chat, what y'all got before I get up out of here? Because we're almost on volume time. I bet I'm about to cut the air conditioner on in my house. I ain't got time for this. In the mood for some crumpets with that background music. Hey man, you know what we do? We keep it fancy up here. We learn something new today. You know what we do? Chat, y'all got anything before I leave? Any questions before I leave? I'm not going live tomorrow. Voch, we watching D-Line? We'll see. We'll possibly see. Bomb show, Voch. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Voch, you live in Texas? Indubitably. Somewhere in Texas. Don DeMarc. Appreciate you, sir. Voch prepping for the draft Monday. That got a bad. Okay, cool. Yeah, we drop quotes every single one. Tell Solar is about to be an eclipse. Oh shit. What else? Great show as always. Appreciate you. Why y'all? Well, look. How come when I come in and I ask if y'all got questions, y'all just talk to me like we leaving? Y'all just talk like we leaving, man. Oh, Big Mix. That's not true. Just my little workout guard. Eagles O-line better than the 49ers. Michael versus Christian McCaffrey, like that matchup? No, I want Michael pass rushing. We'll let somebody else cover Christian McCaffrey. Let Deron Bland cover Christian McCaffrey or something. Voch, you think if Boy, you had to reword that one, Doc. Voch, will the Giants win on top of redemption get us motivated to a win? We actually talked about this yesterday. If the Giants beat the Eagles, then you can actually walk in and be like, hey man, you can earn a home playoff game if we just take care of business. So for sure. Voch, why Eagles fans so worried? Hey man, look, dog, I'm just focused on the 49ers, bro. But Eagles, hey, I'm focused on the 49ers, man. We ain't doing nothing. I'm just focused on the 49ers, bro. I'm just focused on the 49ers, dog. You know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying, dog? I know Big Mix. That's why I said it with a smile, Big Mix. We good to go. We good to go, Big Mix. I said it with a smile. What you think about Michael Gallup game versus the Bucs? I think Michael Gallup gonna have to live in a world where he just gonna have to catch footballs with bodies draped on his shoulders. But shit, that's when he best, I guess. So, he good. Voch, how's our offensive line looking? We were good. I mean, besides Vita Vea, kind of getting into Biotish or whatever. But besides that, we play well as offensive line. If the game comes to kickers at the end, who you have more confidence in? Dak Prescott. Go for 2. Like it. Y'all said the Eagles. Cowboys beat the Eagles. Dak Prescott did what he was supposed to do versus the Eagles. I was scared of the Eagles. I wanted to see the Eagles this week. I wanted to get them first, but here we are. Here we are. The 49ers are 1-3 versus teams above 500. Oh no. The Cowboys are 6-1. You ain't tell me the Cowboys have played better competition throughout the week. Somebody say Walmart better than Purdy. That's hilarious. Let me scroll down. Down. Is he practiced against Debo in college? That was a long. He was a young one. He was a young boy. Can we hit the City Boys? We ain't doing nothing else. Just show the City Boys. There we go. City Boys. There we go. We ain't doing nothing else. I think that's all we got. Chatting about talking about the 49ers being 1-3. Yeah, we just talked about that. How many sacks did Ring? Okay. You've said Randy's name like that like 12 times, and I promise ain't nobody laugh. I promise nobody knows. It's okay. Let's answer like 2 more that we're gonna leave. Check my Twitter. Give me homework now. All right, let's show my Twitter. Let's check Twitter. Man. Let's go. I gotta reach all in the phone. I gotta find my Twitter app. I put my thumbprint in. What's the difference between Brock Purdy and Cooper Rush? Or is this the media would rather climb a tree and disrespect Dak Prescott than stand on the damn ground and tell the truth that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the game? And certainly he's one of the best quarterbacks left in the NFC. Devin, what I'm looking for? What am I looking for on Twitter? There's a lot of content on Twitter. One more thing that we leave. Come back with what content would the talking heads drop out? I think that is all for today. Hey, listen, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Love you. Shouts out to my guy Will Steele, man. Speedy recovery. We need you for this weekend, sir. We need your energy, my guy. Salute to you. Y'all follow him on all his social media platforms. Skywalker Steele, SKYWALKER STEELE. Follow me on mine at Voch Lombardi. My non-football platform, twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. And then you can catch me on Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. Love y'all. And don't forget to hit the volume buttons. The volume likes all this engagement and shit, all right? They love all that. All right? Y'all hold down for the Dosey Wasn't the Peasky Whiskey. I will see y'all Sunday, possibly. I might just watch the game on my own, but I don't know. We'll see. Love y'all, man. Peace. I ain't got the fancy button like Will Steele and them got, so I just got to hit off. Bye.